It works. The bank just sent me money for a change. Thank goodness I found this code.
I finally got the pay raise I've needed for the last year. I can't believe how fast and easy the code is to use.
Dear friend, you don't realize it yet, but in the next 8 minutes, you're going to learn how to stop money worries for the rest of your life. The ancient code that I'm about to reveal to you today was recently featured on the History Channel, and it has the power to transform you into a money magnet guaranteed. I don't care if you're surviving on credit cards right now. I don't care if you're bankrupt and clawing your way back out. I don't care if you've purchased every wealth creation program on the market, and still, your life is one of mediocrity. And it doesn't matter if you have only a basic level of education. I know it sounds a little unbelievable, but you, my friend, have a hidden blueprint in your brain to attract wealth. A part of your mind that was designed to seek out and attract wealth that this ancient code will activate. It helped Moses manifest miracles like parting the Red Sea, and will help you manifest miracles too. This ancient code from the time of Moses has the power to make a desire instantly materialize in your life, attract more abundance, wealth, and riches in only minutes per day, and even get the universe to give you anything you want. Money, fame, health, love, anything. And it can happen faster than you thought possible. Although the elites would rather this code never sees the light of day, this is your time-limited opportunity right now to access the power of this ancient code from the time of Moses to transform your life. This ancient code was revealed to me by an esteemed Stanford academic and shadow op government employee when I was at rock bottom. I realized in an instant how not accessing this code was the reason manifestation had never worked for me before, or why all those manifestation gurus were dead wrong about attracting wealth. It goes against what many of them teach. And now, the latest cutting-edge neuroscience breakthroughs have proven its effectiveness. This code helped me break free from my prison of despair and poverty. It's done the same for over 11,357 people. Now it's your turn. Even if you think you've been somehow cursed with money problems all your life, this code is for everyone. That's why it has been so successful in transforming the lives of so many people, both religious and atheists. The results will shock you, surprise you, and most of all, delight you in ways you can't even imagine right now. However, if you just want to feather your own nest with easy cash and have no concern for helping those around you or making a difference in the world, this might not be for you. If, however, you like the idea of regular people getting a chance to become wealthy and not having all the money solely in the hands of the elites, keep reading. My name is Ezra Cohen. I never thought in a million years I'd be in this position today, telling you how to manifest wealth and abundance effortlessly with an ancient code from Moses. Because even though today I live in an 8-bedroom, 4,000 square foot mansion in Madison Park in Seattle, in one of the most exclusive areas of the city, complete with its own crystal blue infinity pool, and while money just flows into my life effortlessly now. For most of my life, I was completely broke, living in a run-down, ugly 1-bedroom apartment on the other side of Seattle, infested with cockroaches. Life was a never-ending treadmill of money worries and stress, always struggling to pay bills, working way too many hours, and anything I could save got swallowed up by some unexpected car repair or medical bill. Maybe you can relate. I tried using The Secret and the Law of Attraction. I got suckered into buying online courses on how to make money quickly online. I tried network marketing for a while until all my friends ran the other direction when they saw me. I even took a second job with more hours, but I still couldn't keep up with my monthly expenses. My money situation was like a leaky bucket. No matter how much money I poured into it, it just came pouring out. How did it come to this? I thought. How could this be my life? I think my lowest point came when I got a call from my ex-wife one day saying that the light of my life, my 12-year-old daughter Katie, whom I adored and worked constantly to support, needed $7,000 for braces for her teeth. Her teeth were slightly prominent, and other kids had been teasing her for months. Kids can be so cruel. She wanted straight teeth, and we wanted the best for her. A lot of parents would just cut a check for the dental treatment immediately, but with my ex working part-time hours and with my low pay, it was a real problem. It might as well have been $1 million she needed. My ex, Janine, called again later that week and destroyed any pride I had left as a father. She said she'd ask her brother John to pay for Katie's braces. I felt like a complete failure as a father. I felt like I was somehow cursed with bad luck when it came to money. I felt so depressed. Every single time, it felt like when I was finally getting ahead, something would make me take 2 steps backward. I was on the verge of giving up. So I went out on a walk, and I saw a big glowing sign that seemed to call out to me. It said madrasa, and it was a school for religious studies. Something was pulling me to go inside. I'd never seen a place like this before. It was super quiet and smelled like pine. There was something incredibly peaceful about the place. As I looked around in awe, a door creaked open to my left.
"Come in. You look worried."
The voice was gentle and welcoming. I felt magnetically drawn to it. So I stepped through the old brown oak door. Inside, I saw an older man, short and slightly overweight, maybe in his late 60s. He had piercing blue eyes that seemed to dance with excitement. There was something joyful about him, something almost otherworldly.
"My name is Dr. Jacob Goldberg. I'm one of the theology scholars and researchers here at the madrasa. You seem distressed. Would you like to talk?"
I don't know if it was the peace I felt in the madrasa or the kindness in Dr. Goldberg's eyes, but I felt safe with him, and it all came spilling out. I told him about my chronic money problems, the separation from my wife, Janine, and even about the bill for Katie's braces that I could not pay for. Dr. Goldberg looked at me with his kind blue eyes and said,
"Do you know what the Torah is? I've studied it for years as a theology academic at Stanford. Now I study it and other texts as part of my research studies at this madrasa."
"I've heard of it, but I'm not quite sure what it is. I'm sorry."
No need to apologize. You see, the Torah is the first 5 books of the Old Testament: Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. And the Torah is considered to be the true Word of God, as revealed to Moses on Mount Sinai.
Okay, I thought to myself. I wasn't sure where in the world Dr. Goldberg was going with this, but I didn't want to be rude, so I kept listening.
What's interesting about Moses is that his teachings transcend the Jewish faith and are accepted by other religions, like Islam and Christianity. His teachings are that universal. Moses was a powerful messenger of God's word. He's also called Musa, or he who helps mankind prosper in ancient Aramaic. What you might find interesting is that Moses can help you turn around your string of bad luck and misfortune. After all, he delivered the Israelites out of slavery and towards the promised land.
I nodded silently.
Well, let me explain. Scholars discovered a ton of archaeological discoveries that support this famous biblical story, connecting this ancient history with the timeless story told in the Bible. Imagine the intensity of Moses standing at the edge of the Red Sea, encountering a mysterious burning bush in the desert and hearing the voice and commands of God, hearing the Israelites' cries behind him, and Pharaoh's chariots thundering closer. Evidence of Moses' powers surfaced in 1997 in the famous book, The Torah Codes. The book showed evidence of prophecies of future events, hidden in secret codes in the pages of the Torah. The author, Drosen, used a special computer program way back in 1997 to see the secret hidden codes in the Torah. Now here's where it gets really interesting. After the release of that book in 1997, Most of the media did not take it very seriously. But there was this one group that did take it very seriously, a government agency linked to the CIA. They were interested in the accuracy of some of the predictions hidden in the Torah codes. The codes, hidden in the words and spaces of the book, accurately predicted events like the Holocaust, World War II, the assassination of Israeli Prime Minister Yitzhak Rabin in 1995. Political changes and upheavals were also predicted. I found more codes over the years, mostly predictions of different events, but things really started to hot up 2 years ago. The new AI program the CIA gave me to use in my research was way beyond what was used in the Torah codes in 1997. It was able to search through thousands of pages of text in a split second. This time, I found something truly remarkable. A secret code is hidden right there in plain sight. The code was a series of 12 numbers. Coincidentally, Moses had an interesting connection to the number 12. He led the 12 tribes out of Egypt and into Israel. With further research, I discovered that the 12 numbers are related to 12 ancient Egyptian symbols known as phonograms. You see, phonograms was an ancient Egyptian sound alphabets. Each symbol represents a certain ancient sound. The CIA took the 12 numbers or phonograms to their neuroscience division and discovered something very interesting. When the numbers in the code or the Egyptian phonograms were recited by test subjects, remarkable changes took place in their brains. New neurons lit up in their brains whose exact function was previously unknown to neuroscientists. They had referred to these areas of the brain previously as dark matter, or silent neurons. The code seemed to light up these silent neurons, as the EKG machine picked up activity in these areas for the first time ever. What's interesting here is, in Jewish thought, light often symbolizes knowledge, understanding, and following God's path. Moses, who led the Israelites out of slavery and received the Torah, also known as God's teachings, is seen as a bringer of light and knowledge. In the experiments when subjects spoke the code or the phonograms, they reported feeling more alive, better than they had in years, more focused and energetic. What's even more interesting is that they started attracting good fortune in their lives. Money and wealth came to them in different forms. Unexpected lotto wins, scratch card wins, inheritances, promotions from nowhere, unbelievable luck at the track or casino. But when a few research subjects started flaunting their wealth like new cars and houses, something terrible happened. The project got shut down. I got a call telling me my services were no longer needed. I was told to hand over all the research I'd been doing and to return to my previous studies in other areas of the Torah. I guess the government and super elites that bankroll them do not like manifestation powers of this magnitude getting into the hands of the regular guy on the street. Otherwise, more people would rise up and be wealthy, and people would not borrow as much from banks. That, I guess, would threaten the whole economic system. They made me sign a non-disclosure agreement, vowing I would never tell people about this secret code. I'm an academic, though, a lifelong researcher. My interest was piqued. I could not let it go. So I conducted more research on my own with an old neuroscience friend of mine at Stanford, Dr. Cates. He found something fascinating about the code sounds, or phonograms. Just saying the code was indeed lighting up these previously unused dark matter parts of the brain, previously known as the silent neurons. And many of these areas were in parts of the brain known as the RAS, or Reticular Activating System. According to Harvard studies, the reticular activating system is a network of neurons in the brainstem that is critical in regulating consciousness, alertness, and attention. It acts like a filter, sorting through the constant stream of sensory information coming into the brain and deciding what's important enough to pay attention to. The RAS controls perception. The code and the sound it produced seem to boost this RAS part of the brain. When we researched subjects in more detail, it explained why people were seeing more opportunities manifesting for them. It also explained why most people never get traditional manifestation methods to work for them. None of these manifestation methods work on the RAS part of the brain, one of the key areas of the brain that controls what's most important to us, our perception and attention. However, when the RAS was activated by using the sound in the code, it explained how people somehow knew which lotto numbers to pick, or which raffle numbers to choose, or the exact right time to say, buy a scratch card. Their perception of the world had moved to a new heightened level. They also discovered the tone or sound of saying the coded numbers produced a gamma wave sound frequency. And these gamma wave sounds were what was revving up the function of the RAS. And that made perfect sense from my studies of the Torah. Ancient Egyptians were obsessed with sounds that affect the mind. Sounds change what our minds can perceive, attract, and manifest. They used healing sound bowls that created different sounds to heal. These sounds were then used to connect with the divine and ask for help in manifesting. Closer studies of these sound bowls found they could induce gamma wave states in the mind. These were the exact same waves from our code in the 12 phonograms that activate extra neurons in the brain and rev up the specific type of brain power that increases lucky events happening for people. Nikola Tesla was obsessed with the transformative power of sound and the gamma wave sound patterns too. He believed sound in the form of gamma waves could help us communicate with other dimensions. He once said, "If you want to understand the universe, think in terms of sound, energy, and frequency." When discussing gamma waves in one interview, he is reported to have said, "These high-frequency brain oscillations may hold the key to unlocking the true potential of the mind." He suggested gamma waves could amplify creative abilities. Further research on gamma waves revealed something fascinating. Gamma brain waves have the highest frequency of all brain waves and are linked to heightened thought and focus. Their effects vary according to their levels in the brain. High levels of gamma waves are associated with increased happiness, receptivity, higher IQ, and better concentration. On the other hand, low levels of gamma waves can lead to learning and memory problems, reduced concentration and attention span, lowered mental ability, learning disabilities, and mental disorders. With all these information, I worked with my Stanford neuroscience friend, Dr. Cates, and we isolated the optimal gamma wave sound from the code that had the best results on the RAS in the brain. We tested it out on some of the students who were in a trusted close circle, and the results were astounding. The previous dark matter in their brain inside the RAS was activated, and there was more neural activity. The subject group reported some really interesting findings. Lucky things happened to them. Cash windfalls, lotto wins. One subject even won a house in a raffle. They were learning faster, felt fantastic, laser-focused. Great ideas just came to them, seemingly out of the blue. Their creativity skyrocketed. They could absorb facts like sponges and quickly solve math, business, and even personal problems like never before. Over the following 12 months, Dr. Cates worked with me on the code, and together we refined the sound frequency from the phonograms to 12 decimal places. This sound has the power to rev up the power of your mind, boost cognitive ability, and attract more good fortune. And this is what I want to share with you today, Ezra.
Dr. Goldberg reached into a drawer and took out a USB flash drive.
This is the Moses Wealth Code, or the ultimate manifestation sound that we have isolated from the code.
He made me promise right there and then that I would only use the Moses Wealth Code for good, to make life better for those around me, and to spread the word about how effective it is. It was a lot to take in. I was still a little skeptical, but I thanked him and hugged him goodbye. That evening, I sat back and listened to the sound of the Moses Wealth Code. I was brimming with excitement and hope. After only one listen, I felt somehow different. I couldn't quite put my finger on it, but it was like my mind felt more focused. Like all the random pieces of my brain were coming together like so many jigsaw pieces. I needed more money, so that was my main focus as I listened to the Moses Wealth Code sound. The next day, I waited and waited, and nothing happened. In fact, something worse than nothing happened. My car sputtered to a grinding halt and broke down on the way to work. The mechanic told me it was the head gasket. I was looking at $2,000 to replace it. That was the last thing I needed. It felt like a crushing blow from the universe, just when I needed it the least. I felt like I'd been taken for a fool. Khan betrayed that Dr. Goldberg was full of it, and like an idiot, I had fallen for it. Hook, line, and sinker. That night, I took the last $20 in my wallet and decided to go down to the liquor store. I wanted to get my hands on the cheapest bottle of whiskey I could find and drown my sorrows. As I picked up a bottle of Jack Daniels on sale from the shelf, I reached into my wallet to pay and found something else in my wallet. An old lotto ticket I had not checked. I never won anything, but I thought, what the hell? And handed it over to the teller. After 10 seconds of running the ticket, the eyes of the teller opened as wide as saucers. "My man, you've won," he said with a strong Indian accent. He was right. I had won $12,000. I started shaking in shock. I know $12,000 is not a big deal for some people, but it was a life-changing amount for me. A week later, I moved into a better apartment in a more upmarket part of the city. 2 weeks later, I got a random tip from my friend Mike at work about a crypto coin that was rumored to have real potential. I invested $2,000 and thought no more about it until 1 month later. Mike called with more excitement in his voice than I ever remembered. "Take a look at your crypto coin, man," he said. I had to refresh the screen a bunch of times. We had done a 100x on the coin. There was a balance of $200,000 blinking back at me on the screen. I'd never experienced anything like this before. It felt like I was walking on air. I was feeling better than I ever remembered, full of hope and joy. My depression and anxiety were a distant memory. My craving for alcohol vanished. And best of all, I got to call my Janine. "Put Katie on the phone," I said. Then I got to tell my beloved daughter, "I'm going to pay for your braces." "I love you, Daddy," she cried. "I'm going to be pretty again." The joy in Katie's voice at that moment was worth more than anything I could buy in the whole wide world. We were blown away by the results of the Moses Wealth Code. It's now been almost 4 years since we created the Moses Wealth Code. Let me share a quick snapshot of my life today. I set up an online business from an idea that flashed into my head one morning. It was like I saw an opportunity no one else even thought of. Really simple, yet original. In only 3 months, the online business was making 6 figures a month and still does every month. I took the money I made there and 10x'd it with more lucky investment choices. I left my luxury apartment and bought a 4,000 square foot home in the best part of town, the one with the infinity pool. Janine and I got remarried and are more in love than ever, having a happy family with our daughter Katie. I'm writing this from our second vacation home in Saint-Tropez in the south of France. I think it's safe to say the Moses Wealth Code works. I knew I could not keep the code to myself. I had to share it with others. I promised Dr. Goldberg that I would, to make sure this would work for anyone. I needed to see others get the same kind of results I was seeing. The first person I shared the Moses Wealth Code with was my wife, Janine. She immediately lost a stubborn 20 pounds she had been trying to shed for years, and out of the blue was offered a full-time position and a promotion with a massive pay raise. I shared the code with my close friend, Tom, who worked in car sales but was always just getting by, always struggling to make a sale. After only 1 month of using the Moses Wealth Code, his sales tripled, then quadrupled the next month, sending him to the top of the leaderboard with a promotion to a sales manager. Just recently, we caught up, and he's in talks to open his own dealership. We gave it to a friend, Sandra, who was an aspiring writer but had struggled for years to get a publishing deal. She had tried the law of attraction on numerous occasions, but nothing had worked. After using the Moses Wealth Code for just 1 week, she landed the biggest publishing deal of her life. She is now on her second publishing deal, and in talks with a company over film rights for the first book. We set up a secret Facebook group for the Moses Wealth Code, and we were blown away by stories every week such as huge cash windfalls, unexpected inheritances, and lotto scratch card wins. People were getting promotions and pay raises out of the blue and setting up businesses for themselves that skyrocketed their success almost overnight. Even more impressive happened to David, my brother, who had always wanted to start a company that makes organic gardening supplies. After using the Moses Wealth Code for 3 months, he started his dream business. And after only 2 more months, he was struggling to keep up with the orders. So he opened a factory in the small town he grew up in that had almost no jobs and extremely high unemployment. His new factory supplied jobs for 2,732 workers to provide support for their families. And best of all, in my life, Katie got her braces and is happier than ever. She's in a different school where the kids are great and has made many amazing friends. I hear so many success stories that I've become sure of one thing with zero doubt in my mind. Just like nothing could stand in the way of Moses, not even the armies of the Pharaoh or the mighty Red Sea. No amount of bad luck or believing you're cursed in some way can stop the Moses Wealth Code from working for you. Since my life had transformed so dramatically, I knew I had to spread the word and follow through on the promise I made to Dr. Goldberg to let other people know about the Moses Wealth Code. Introducing the Moses Wealth Code, a transformative sound frequency to effortlessly attract abundance rapidly. This unique frequency is backed by cutting-edge neuroscience research to activate the RAS in your brain to attract wealth and abundance effortlessly. It works extremely fast to create good fortune and amazing opportunities. As soon as you start listening, you will be blown away. While you are listening to the ancient, powerful Moses Wealth Code sound, others can slave away in jobs they hate and struggle to try to get the law of attraction, vision boarding, or affirmations to work for them. They can drown in debts from their college fees. But for you, just listen to the Moses Wealth Code sound once a day to activate the part of your brain that naturally knows how to see and attract amazing opportunities. Only 7 minutes of listening once a day is all it takes to skyrocket your wealth attraction powers. Without lighting up this powerful part of your brain, giving you the ability to notice and take action on amazing opportunities, you will keep struggling to attract abundance. It's the biggest reason why most people never get the wealth and opportunities they deserve in life. It's why most good business ideas fail, and why people can fail to see rare opportunities like a crypto pump that catch most people off guard. It's also why people never have any luck with the lottery or scratch cards when using other manifestation techniques. None of these things will work until the Moses Wealth Code activates your RAS. Just 7 minutes once a day is all it takes to transform your life completely, like how it did for me and thousands of others. Or you can choose to stay stuck on the hamster wheel of barely getting by with constant money worries. The choice is yours. Every day, I hear from people all over the planet who have activated their RAS with the Moses Wealth Code. Their stories inspire me and confirm that I am definitely fulfilling my divine mission. Here are just a few of the thousands of messages I receive every single day. Emily from Portland, Maine says, "It's like this Moses Wealth Code has broken what I thought was some kind of poverty curse on our family. No one in the family has ever had money or had any luck with money. Since listening to the Moses Wealth Code sound, though, that's all changed. I got a promotion at work out of the blue and won $10,000 with online bingo." Stephen from New Jersey says, "I had been struggling to make ends meet for years after my redundancy. At 55, it was nearly impossible to find employment, so I started a coaching business. But clients were thin on the ground, and I missed my rent payment on many months. After 1 week of listening to the Moses Wealth Code, clients started flooding in, as if it's magic. I'm also in talks for a book deal. This is something else." Anne from Toronto says, "I've always struggled to make a living as an actress. I'd have to deal with long periods of unemployment. Since listening to the Moses Wealth Code, I'm booked solid with offers. I'm picking and choosing roles for the first time ever." Using the Moses Wealth Code is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Each day, simply find a place where you can completely relax and pop on some headphones. Spend just 7 minutes listening to the Moses Wealth Code sound, and that's it. It really is as quick and simple as that. Then, just sit back and watch powerful changes begin happening in your life. Many people reported small changes at first, like being in a better mood. Then, more and more reported winning money on scratch cards or in raffles next, many of them for the first time ever. So watch as your life transforms and money starts flooding into your life like never before. This page is the only place you can access the Moses Wealth Code. You cannot get it anywhere else. I have to warn you though, if you're watching this right now, this site is obviously still online. However, I'm not sure how much longer it will be. The elites have already made one attempt to remove the site. So, if you're ready to try the Moses Wealth Code for yourself, I've made it completely risk-free for you. If you aren't happy with this powerful investment in your future for any reason at all, I'll refund every single penny. No questions asked, ever. You just need to act now to secure your Moses Wealth Code. Just hit the "I want this now" button below right now. I'm not here to make a profit today. I have more money than I know what to do with. It flows in every day from my crypto investments. All I need from you is enough to keep the site up and running. So you may be wondering, how much is it to claim your Moses Wealth Code today? Before I answer that, let me ask you one question. How much is it worth to be able to attract money at will? For life-changing opportunities to be drawn to you every day with no effort on your part? Some people said, I should charge $5,000 for that. However, I know. Because you're here right now, lack of money is probably a problem for you. So that would not be fair. Even though that would be more than a fair price for the many people who attracted 10 times that much in the first 6 months of using the Moses Wealth Code. So you won't be paying $5,000 today, or $1,000, or even $100. Like I said, I'm not in this for the money. I just need enough to keep the site up and running, just enough to cover costs. All you need to access the Moses Wealth Code today is $39. That's all. There are no other hidden charges. It's only a one-off payment to keep this site up and running and spread the word about the Moses Wealth Code. And in return for the super low price, all I need from you is to think about sending me your success story a month from now, telling me how the Moses Wealth Code changed your life and your family's life. Once you hit the "I want this now" button, you will then be taken immediately to a secure checkout page where you will enter your name and payment details. The page is protected by 256-bit SSL encryption software, so your payment details are fully protected at all times. It uses the same next-generation software that Amazon uses for all its purchases. The Moses Wealth Code will then be sent to you immediately. There will be nothing shipped, so you will save on any shipping costs. Your investment is also 100% guaranteed at all times. The Moses Wealth Code has the power to transform your life for good. draw in more abundance than you ever imagined possible, and empower you to have a massive impact. If for any reason though, or even no reason, you are not 100% happy, simply email us and you will receive a full and complete refund immediately. 0 questions asked. All the risk is on my shoulders. You risk nothing. And if that wasn't enough already, I have some special gifts for you as well. When you act now and get the Moses Wealth Code today, you'll also get these fast action bonuses. Think of them as the first of many rewards you will receive for taking action today. Here are the bonuses you will receive today. The Moses Alignment Code. This will explain how Moses' words and actions were aligned with the frequencies he embodied, and how you can create these same alignments in your being to embody the frequency of Moses through a comprehensive how-to-use guide. It will empower you to shift the frequency of your words and actions to align with the frequency of the audios in the entire Moses Wealth Code package. No other manifestation program on the planet does this. This will create a shortcut to true wealth for you. The Genius Brain Frequency. This was discovered by the same Stanford neuroscientist who researched the Moses Wealth Code. The frequency was found to have a positive impact on the part of the brain involved in problem solving, the prefrontal cortex. The tone nourished and complemented the natural brain waves coming from this part of the brain. Hundreds of people have reported feeling their brain power and focus soar after listening to the Genius Brain Frequency. This is yours for free when you claim the Moses Wealth Code today. The Money Multiplier Effect. The report is packed full of the top 7 easiest investment strategies for multiplying your money today. You will need this as you will be looking for ways to invest your new wealth in your life to get the best return. The report is from a number of top experts in investment and money growth. You will get beginner-friendly, super simply strategies for getting the best return in any asset, from crypto to stocks and shares. Feel Better Now Hypnotic Meditation. This special hypnotic recording is designed to help you clear any negative emotions you're feeling in just minutes. It works by going to the root of any bad feeling you are experiencing and clearing it deep in the subconscious. People report significant relief from worry, anxiety, and depression after listening to this recording. The better you feel inside before you listen to the Moses Wealth Code, the more you will boost its benefits. All these bonuses, worth over $636, are yours today for free when you claim your copy of the Moses Wealth Code today. It works on any device. Once you download the Moses Wealth Code frequency to your cell phone or computer, you should listen to it for 7 minutes every day. And I want you to do that for 1 month. When you do that, you will start to see more peace and wealth appearing in your life. Abundance shows up a bit differently for everyone. For most people, it's more money appearing in their life. Other people get unexpected job offers and promotions. Some people just win money on lottery scratch cards, lucky draws, or raffles. The bottom line is, if you have a spare 7 minutes each day and listen to the beautiful Moses Wealth Code sound, your life as you know it can transform completely. You're at a crossroads right now. Option number 1 is for you to do nothing. Just ignore the fact you don't have the money or bank account you want to really enjoy your life and continue struggling to just get by. Or keep living like a slave of the super rich who want to keep the Moses Wealth Code away from you because they do not want more people in their elite wealth club. Even if financial stress and bills don't bother you personally, what if your lack of money causes someone you love to not get the medical treatment they desperately need? You owe it to yourself and those who depend on you to be the abundant self you were born to be. Or you can choose option number 2, which in my opinion is a complete no-brainer. Make a risk-free decision to simply try out the Moses Wealth Code and take it for a test drive. Then watch as it does all the work to transform how you experience life, creating a razor-sharp, magnetic mind for wealth and abundance. Your friends and family will be shocked when they see how you feel and look so much better all the time. and how money, opportunities, and luck seem to be drawn towards you, almost magnetically. Imagine saying goodbye to money worries forever, never having to think about the price of anything ever again, deciding to go on vacation whenever you want without even thinking about the price. Remember, this opportunity will probably not be here for long. I've already had hackers controlled by the elites try to take this message down. I also need to provide full support for everyone who gets the Moses Wealth Code. So, as soon as we reach capacity, which could be quite soon, we'll have to take the site down. Click the I want this now button right now and claim the Moses Wealth Code today. You are only one click away from the unlimited abundance you've always dreamed of. Instead of slaving away in the daily grind, you will take a different path, experiencing unlimited abundance, freedom, and opportunity. So, just claim the Moses Wealth Code now while it's still online today, and access to everything will be sent to you immediately by email. Click the I want this now button right now. Perhaps you have some questions. You are making a small investment here, albeit a 100% risk-free investment, so I totally get that. Here are some of the more common questions we get asked. I've tried the law of attraction before. How do I know this will work for me? That one is simple. This is not the law of attraction. The Moses Wealth Code is very different. This code enhances the RAS, the part of your brain that controls how you interact with and perceive the world, boosting your mind's power and helping you see and attract more good fortune and lucky opportunities than you ever thought possible. People who use the Moses Alignment Code, along with the audios, experience results much faster than those who only listen to the audios. Is my information protected? The answer here is yes. Your information is protected at all times. Your details are being taken by ClickBank, a third partner operator and one of the largest and most secure online retailers in the world. We use the same 256 inscription software as them. We never get access to your payment data. No one keeps your payment data on file. How does the guarantee work again? You are trying out or test driving the Moses Wealth Code completely risk-free. Just give it a try and listen to the Moses Wealth Code. If you are not happy for any reason or even no reason, just send an email at any time for a complete refund in the next 365 days of your purchase. How soon should I expect results? That's a fair question, because we are all different. It can vary from person to person. Some people have reported seeing results the first time listening to the Moses Wealth Code recordings. For others, it can take a little longer. All people report seeing significant abundance in the form of wealth and lucky opportunities coming into their lives, though. All you need to do now is hit the instant access button below, and you will be taken to a secure payment page. After you enter your details, you will be given immediate access to the Moses Wealth Code. I'll see you on the other side.